Okay, my dear students. Okay, let's start together. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, my dear students, grade 12 students in your math session today. This is your seventh session on Tuesday, the 2nd of March to 2021. This is your high parabolas. High parabolas. Okay, so high parabolas, it's like the last lesson talking about the conic section. We start this chapter by parabolas. We start this chapter by parabolas, and we know the shape of the parabolas. We know how to get the parabola by drawing the second degree equation and so on, and how to deal with the parabola, how to draw parabola, how to form the general equation of the parabola. Also, after that, we talk about ellipse and the special case of ellipse, which is the circle, the general equation of the ellipse and the general equation of the circle. Today, inshallah, we will complete talking about the high parabolas. High parabolas. Okay, high parabolas is also one of our graphs. You must know the general equation. You must know some concepts like the center, like the vertex, like the focus. So it's the same. It's the same. And when you see the equation, it's the same of the ellipse, but just a small different. Just a small different or difference between them. I starting with Abdullah Laid. Good afternoon, Abdullah.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr.
السلام عليكم.
The first, alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The first concept or the first vocab with us is high,
Hyperbola.
high parabola, and the second will be
Transverse axis.
transverse axis, and the third will be
Conjugate axis.
conjugate axis. Let's start our key concept. As you know, this is one of the photos or one of the slides that repeated. Okay, repeated with parabola, ellipse, and then high parabola. We start the standard form of equation of the high parabola or the equation of the high parabola. Let's have a look on the equation. Have a look and for the equation and give me your remark about the equation. It's like the ellipse, or we have a small difference, or what?
A small difference.
What is the small difference, Khalid?
The sign.
Excellent, Khalid. The small difference is the sign. In the ellipse, the middle sign was positive. The middle sign was positive. It means we have x minus h equal to 2 all squared over a squared plus y minus k all squared over b squared equal to 1. Here it's minus. So this is the only difference, but yes, it seems is the only difference. But we have another difference, which is the concept of A and B. In the ellipse, we said that A is always a big number. A is always a big number. But here, A is always the first number. A is always the first number. Even A is under X or under Y. It means the denominator of X over the denominator of Y. It's here a constant value for the first term is A, and the constant value for the second term is B. Okay, so this is if we talk about the difference. But as you see, we have the same functions. We have the same function, but a small difference between the sign. And this, as you see, this is the two shapes. This is the two shapes. I'm going to El-Walid. El-Walid? El-Walid?
Yes.
What about the orientation? The orientation of the first shape is
Uh, horizontal,
horizontal, and the orientation of the second is
vertical.
Vertical. It means we have a horizontal transverse axis. Horizontal transverse axis, it means y equal k. Horizontal transverse axis, it means y equal k. Where is y equal k, mister? I just write here the transverse axis. What is the transverse axis? This is the transverse axis. The line which passing through the center point or the vertical line like this. So we have a horizontal transverse axis. This is the vertical line and this is the horizontal line. So we have now, Mr. Like X and Y, we shift them. Yes, we shift them according to H and K. According to H and K. And you know that H for X and K for Y. So you have here a horizontal transverse axis. This is your horizontal transverse axis. In the other, you have a vertical transverse axis. A vertical transverse axis. And this is the shape of the high parabola for the first and for the second. So from the drawing, from the orientation, you can know we have horizontal or we have vertical. We have horizontal or we have vertical. I'm going to the center. I'm going to the center with Fahd. Fahd.
Yes, yes, Mister.
The center of the first graph is what and what?
The center is H and K,
And in the second,
and the second H and K.
also the H and K. So if we have a horizontal or we have a vertical, we have H and K. H with X inside the perfect square bracket and K with Y in the perfect square bracket. I'm going to Mishari. Mishari, good afternoon, Mishari.
Yes.
What about the vertices? The vertex for the first graph is H
H
plus or minus.
plus or minus A Q
Yes,
K.
and K. So H plus or minus A, this is the first coordinate plane, and K. And the vertex of the second will be the vertices of the second.
HK plus or minus A.
Yes, I'm going to Hussein. Hussein, what Hussein?
Mister, is the transverse axis is the line that passes through F, B, and C?
The transverse axis is the line that passes through the center point. The center point.
In what direction?
In the horizontal line and the vertical line. It means we shift X and Y axes to be on the center. One of them is called the horizontal axis and one of them is called the vertical or the transverse axis and the conjugate axis. Okay, Hussein?
I didn't get that.
You don't get it till now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the transverse axis in the first graph is y equal k. Y equal k. The value of k, it means the value of the second coordinate plane in the center. The second coordinate plane in the center. For example, if I said this k is 2, for example, I'm going to write here, this is 2, for example, and this is 3. So you will get here x, sorry, k equals to what?
2.
So k equals to 2, I'm going to get line when y equals to 2, y equals to 2, and make a horizontal line. A horizontal line. Okay. So this is our transverse axis. This is our transverse axis. Transverse axis, it means a line that can, okay, divide the two high parabolas into two equal parts, or like a mirror, like a mirror. As you see, this line, when I make this line, I have a mirror, the shape up and the same shape down, as you see. You understand?
Yes.
And the conjugate axis, it's like a mirror, but with another way. What about the mirror in another way, mister? You get the value of h, okay, which is this point. For example, here it's, for example, -1. So I stand on x, -1 on x. Sorry, -1, -1. -1, yes, -1 on x. This is -1, mister, on x, and make a vertical line. So x equal to -1, for example, k, h is -1. This line also is like a mirror. If you see the shape here, you will find the same shape in the other side. Of course, I'm talking about the hyperbolas shape. I'm talking about the hyperbolas shape. So this is the transverse and the conjugate. In the other shape will be opposite. It means the transverse will be x equals h, and the conjugate will be y equal k. Okay, so now with Hussein, we talk about transverse and conjugate. We talk about vertices with Mishari. I'm going now to Mu'taz. Mu'taz.
Yes, Mr.
What about foci, the focus? The foci of the first shape is what and what? Mu'taz?
What, Mr.?
The foci of the first shape. From here, Mu'taz, from here. The foci is what?
From H to
No.
C and
Foci.
K.
Foci is what? H plus or minus what?
H plus or negative C and K.
Yes, and K. The foci in the other will be?
H and K plus or negative C.
Okay, and we're going to, before the asymptote line, I'm going to skip it and return back to it now. I'm going to A, B, and C, the same relation with ellipse. So to get C, it's like the Pythagoras theorem, C equals the square root of the summation or the sum of the A and B squared. A and B squared. What is that about the asymptote? The asymptote line is this two dashed line with the red color. These two lines are called the asymptote line. What is the asymptote line, mister? The asymptote line is like a range that the curve can't meet this line. It means you have the parabola shape, which is the blue shape, extended to infinity from here and from here, but it's the curve can't touch or can't meet or can't intersect the asymptote line. So we have like the asymptote line. This asymptote line we can't touch, or we can't reach, or we don't have an intersection point between the curve and this line. It means that function or the equation, is undefined on this line. So we can't intersect this line. This is the meaning of asymptote. What is the asymptote, mister? This dashed red line in the two graphs. But what about the equation of the asymptote, mister? The equation of the asymptote, and this is a new concept here in hyperbola, is y minus k equals positive or negative b over a x minus h in state of the in the case of the horizontal. In the case of the vertical, it's the same equation, but a small difference. Nasser, can you deduce the difference between the asymptote lines in the horizontal and in the vertical? What is the difference between the two equations? Nasser? 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 Okay, I'm going to Nawaf al-Harbi. Nawaf?
Yes, Mr.
What is the difference between the asymptote lines or the equation of the asymptote line between the horizontal and the vertical?
A and B.
Excellent. So in the asymptote line on the horizontal, we make B over A. B over A. It means the second free term over the first free term. As we said at the beginning, A is always the first and B is always the second. So the second over the first. But here the opposite, or the reciprocal, or the multiplicative inverse. Okay, A over B. This is the general view for, or like a summary for the lesson. What about the problems? We will start together. Okay, we're going to start together, and some of my dear students afraid from this lesson. I don't know why. Okay, let's go to this problem. Graph the hyperbola given by x squared over 49 minus y squared over 81 equals to 1. The first step, I'll go to Hussein because Hussein afraid from this lesson. Hussein.
Yes, mister, I'm not afraid. I'm just getting confused between this and the parabolas and the
Okay,
ellipses.
so what about this? I give you the answer. Okay, I have here. Hussein, can you give me the value of h? I don't know the value of h. Can you give me the value of h here, please?
Okay, H is 0.
Excellent, h is 0. What about k?
0.
What about a?
7.
Excellent. What about b?
9.
What about c?
Root 49 plus 81. يعني root 80 130.
It's yes, 130. It's approximately 11 point. By using your calculator, 11 point what?
Calculator.
11.4. This is right? Khalid Al-Harbi.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this is our information. If you get this, the problem has been finished. Wallahi. Okay. How you get this? Hussein start. I ask Hussein for h. H with the bracket of x. I don't have bracket on x. I have x squared. It means x minus 0. So we leave it. So I write x squared. So h here is 0 because, mister, we don't remember the general rule. I have to write the general rule here. It's x minus h power 2. It gave me x squared. So h is equal to 0. And by the same way, over, of course, a squared minus y minus k all power 2 over b power 2 is equal to 1. So here, k also is equal to 0. What about a? A power 2 is 49. The square root, it will be 7. The square root of 81, it will be 9, as he said. After that, we get c by the relation 49 plus 81 under square root, and we get the result. The remainder is to get some information to know how to graph. Okay, in the exam, I don't give you the graph, or I can give you the graph and you choose. From where, mister, we don't graph. Okay, we need to know the center. We need to know the vertex. We need to know the foci or the focus for the first focus, or F1 and F2. Okay, so we're going to get this with my dear student Badr. Badr,
Yes, mister.
what about the center? Can you give me the rule of the center?
Uh,
Or I give you the rule and you substitute?
isn't it H and K?
Yes, of
Same as
course. So you can now substitute. It will be
0 and 0.
0 and 0. Yes, of course. This is the center with bad. I'm going to Musa.
Yes, Mister.
What about the vertices? We have two vertices, so I need the vertices. I give you the rule and you substitute.
Okay.
Okay, H plus or minus A and K. Okay, can you substitute? Of course, we have 2 points, one plus and one minus. H plus A is equal to,
7.
it's equal to 7. What about the value of K?
0.
Okay, if you choose H minus A, give me
7. H minus A. -7.
and 0. We get the two vertices. I'm going to number 3. The number 3 is the focus, but I have two focus here. It means foci. Okay, or the two focus. I'm Ayman Nawaf want to join the session now. Ayman Nawaf, okay. I'm going to Al-Walid.
Yes.
Can you give me the rule of the foci points? Give me the rule.
H plus or minus C, comma
Yes.
K.
And K, yes, of course. So this is my points. Can you substitute, please, and give me the value of the 2 points?
Okay. C is okay. First one is 11.4,
And
comma 0.
11.4. This is 0.4 and 0. And in the other,
Negative 11.4, comma 0.
and 0 is the second coordinate plane. We get the foci. The last thing is the new thing, or the new concept here, is the asymptote. Is the what? Is the asymptote. Who can
Asymptote.
remember with me the asymptote?
Y minus K equals we have x plus
Y minus K equal positive or negative?
B over A.
Excellent, because we have here a horizontal. So from the beginning, Hussein, give me its horizontal. So I can write here B over A x minus h. Okay, I need to substitute. Who can help me to substitute? I'm going to Khalid Al-Manif. Khalid,
Yes, mister.
substitute with me, please.
Y minus 0.
Y minus 0, it means y equal.
Yes. Positive. We have to write positive first. Okay.
Okay, so you choose. Okay. You choose positive first. So you choose positive first. Okay.
Okay. 9 over 7
9 over 7.
times x,
It
which
means,
will be 9 over 7x.
yes, and the second will be,
Y equals negative 9 over 7x.
of course, and this is our answer. This is the asymptote. So now we can draw. If you use the center, the vertices, the foci, you can draw your problem. You can draw your problem, or you can choose the right graph from the choices. Let's check the answers quickly. Hussein starts the problem by getting h equals 0, k equals 0, and a equals to 7, b is the square root of 81, and from it he gets c as 11.4. After that, we get the center, we get the vertex, we get the foci, we get the asymptote with my dear students. And after that, we can now graph. He substitute by some values, but approximately we can draw, and this is our answer. This is our answer. Okay, so as you see, we have two dashed red line. They are the asymptote, which is y equals 9 over 7x. Okay, it has a positive slope, as you see, 9 over 7. And the other line has a negative slope, negative 9 over 7. These are the two asymptotes. We have here the V1 and V2, the two vertices. F1 and F2 are the two foci, and the C point, as you see, this is your answer. Okay, I'm going to this problem. Who can help me to solve this problem, Mister? You start with the problem with Hussein. You start the problem with Hussein. I need one to start the problem like Hussein in the previous one. I have what? I have here y plus 4 always power 2 over 4 minus x minus 2 always power 2 over 9 equals to 1. I have Nawaf. Nawaf.
Okay, mister.
Okay. Give me the
First
value.
we get h, we have it's -4.
H is negative 4.
No, it's -2.
It's
+2.
It's 2. Okay, it's 2. Okay, we going
And
to K.
is -4.
K is equal to -4. Right answer. Okay, what about the value of A?
Is 2.
A is equal to 2. What about the value of B?
Is 3.
Is equal to 3. What about the value of C?
Square root 4 power 2 plus 9 power 2.
No. 4 plus 9. This is the value of A power 2.
Oh, yes. Okay, 4 plus 9, yes.
Yes, so 4 plus 9. So C equals root 13. It's approximately equals what? Root 13?
13.
3 point what? 3 point what? Give me the answer.
Mister, I think it's 2.3.
No. How come?
Yeah, 3.6.
Yes, of course. 3.6. We have the all information. Now we can remember together. Fahd.
Yes, mister.
Can you give me the center point, please?
The center point H
Yes.
equal K.
H and K. A point consists of X and Y.
H and K.
Which what and what by using the numbers?
2 and -4.
Okay, excellent, Fahd. Okay, thanks, Fahd. This is the first point.
Okay.
The second point, I'm going to the vertices. I'm going to the vertices with the vertices with مش معتز ناصر. Okay,
Yes,
Nasser
Mr.
is
Amir. I'm
Nasser
here.
is here. Nasser, can you give me
Yes,
Nasser the vertices? I can give you the rule. It's H and K, positive or negative A. Mister, you change because we have here a vertical spherical hyperbola. Okay, can you
Okay, so
substitute,
H
Nasser?
H is 2.
So it's equal to 2 and
2 and -4. You take the center يعني ولا what?
no. You have here k plus a. So k plus a. -4 plus 2.
Okay. -4 plus 2. -2.
And here,
The second one?
yes, 2 and minus. It
You
means
put it,
-4 minus 2.
-6. I'm sorry.
Yes, of course. Please, you will help me in the third, in the foci quickly. In the foci. So the foci is H, and here K, positive or negative C. Huh? Can you give me the answer?
Okay, it will be 2.
Yes, and
2 then -4 plus minus. What is C? Wait,
C.
C is
I don't
3.6.
remember what is C. In
Yes,
the...
yes. C is 3.6. 3.6. So if
Okay, so it will be -4 plus 3. 3.6, I
give
mean.
me negative
-1.6.
0.4.
0.6.
And
what?
Here 2. Negative.
So make it minus.
Yes,
So it will be
we add.
7.6.
Yes, of course, 7.6. Okay, so this is the foci, but sorry, I can't complete. We have another session. So this is the answer. We can write the answer quickly. Write the answer quickly. By his own way, we get all these steps. We have this. The asymptote is the last thing. We will write the asymptote, and after that we can draw by substituting, and this is our answer.
Mister,
This is what?
can I see the asymptote? I want to write.
Of course, you can see the what about this? Sorry, Hassim, but the
No problem.
screen. Okay, the screen. Okay, what about this? The screen is okay. The asymptote. Where is the asymptote? Yes, of course. Asymptote, Hussein, is y plus 4 equals positive or negative 2 over 3 x minus 2. Of course, you will distribute 2 over 3 by negative and by positive, multiplying in the first term and on the second term, you get the two answers. You get the two answers as you see in your screen. Thanks for my dear students. I have about 15 students. Please tell the other students it's very, very important to attend the session. Okay? Thanks and goodbye. Don't say to the next teacher that you have Mr. Mu'min.